I always make a plan, but then I never know what's gonna happen. And I like that. I've been leaning into silliness and having a plan, but being okay with not knowing. And there's so much. I have images, and the things that I say may not coincide with the images, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay, yes, rhythm. This is my sister, Kalima. She's amazing. She's a filmmaker, a drummer, a tender heart. This is my mom, Midnight. She's my beacon. She's my angel. She's my first land, my first light, my inspiration. She's a writer and a cook and a legal advocate, and she's our general. This is my sister, Aisha. She's amazing. She's a digital artist and just so insightful and a passionate speaker and, gosh, all the things. This is my sister, Aminta, my angelic being. Yes. This is my sister, Hanifa. She's a passionate fighter and knows about all these things, beauty and herbs and ecological thinking about humanity. Gosh, she's Kalima's twin. This is us. This is our family. The only person who isn't here is my Baba. He lives in Memphis. And yes, this was us, I don't know, 2017. But we're all artists. We love art and thinking and feeling and imagining together. And yes. And okay, this is the part where I start talking about whatever. As I've been meditating and thinking about what I wanted to share today, it was about feeling and rhythm and ancestry and heritage and collaboration and improvisation and listening and feeling to our true feelings. And I did Creative Mornings in 2014. I think the theme was something like legacy or lineage or history, something. And shout out to Celie, who I love. And you know, just I've been thinking about. Okay, this is Beatrice Morrow Kennedy. She was an amazing black woman, came here in 1911. She was an opera singer and an artist and a cultural curator and a gatherer of people. She was a founder of the NAACP here in, I think, 1914. She was the first black woman to graduate from law school here, I think, in the 30s. She was the first black woman to run for state office in the 30s. She was a part of bringing an exhibition of black artists to the Portland Art Museum in 1932 through the Harmon Foundation. It was an organization based in NEWYORK. And I talk about her, you know, because she was a curator. You know, I don't know all the details of that, what she did at the art museum, but were they calling black women like curators in 1932? You know, and I talk about her because she was amazing. That's her in the middle, and yes, Mrs. Kennedy bringing two artists. So she brought, James Weldon Johnson here, and all these folks. Yes, you know that the black national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. His brother wrote that. It was just like black feeling, black art, black culture, black knowledge, black knowing. And I was doing a lot of research about her last year because I was trying to buy her house. I was trying to buy her house that she had these interracial teas at her house all the time she lived there from the late teens to the 20s, and everybody would be there, black folks and white folks and indigenous folks and Japanese community, and she was just amazing. She was doing all the things, and I was doing all of this frantic research trying to raise funds and get community support to buy this house. We didn't end up getting the house, but the research and the storytelling about her matters. And I wanted to bring this here so people can see. I just, curated a show over at the Portland Art Museum, Black Artists of Oregon. It's 200 works by Black Oregon connected artists, yes, and 69 artists, and that's not even everybody, but from works from the earliest work is from 1886, Grafton Tyler Brown, to the present works that were made this summer. And I want to talk about her because she was here, she did this. It wasn't Black Oregon artists, but just what's the rhythm that we're in with everyone else? What's the rhythm of the past? Who are we improvising with in the future? What's our polyrhythm together? How are we listening to our beats and our rhythms and our stories and our meaning and our feeling beyond the story that we see around us? What do we want to co-create on the Ableton of our lives? Gosh, I just love her, and that's her. Just always raising up our stories, storytelling, and what it means to raise up our stories so that we remember each other and we remember each other's impact. And what the force of I love this, the story we were talking on the way here. Ooh, I got to keep going because I got so much to say, but the story, the first songs you hear, and our own song, and how are we improvising our story, and this is, gosh, okay, yes, you can read that. An anthology of Black women poets of Oregon. This is from the 70s. This is another Black woman, is an elder, she's in her 80s. Adrienne Cruz. I'm just gonna keep going because I just want you to see stuff. Even if you don't know what it is, it'll impact our story. Thelma Johnson Street, amazing Black woman who was a generation after Beatrice, Beatrice connected her with the Harmon Foundation when she was a teenager here in Portland, and she was the first. She did so many things. She was an explorer and adventurer. She was a performance artist. She danced in front of her painting. She was the first Black woman to have work exhibited and collected by the Museum of Modern Art in NEWYO Arcade. She was born in Yakima, Washington, and came here as a child with her family. She went to Washington High School. She knew Eleanor Roosevelt. She traveled to Canada and to Europe, and she was doing her work in her own way. This is her. She was a dancer. And so this photo was taken here in Portland. Yes, she danced in front of her paintings. So this is her. This piece is currently in the show. And here you're saying, yeah. So this painting was hung in the NEWYO Arcade City Museum of Modern Art, and so this is in the collection of Reed College. So yes, this is her. This is her work, her family. Gosh, I'm just gonna click through these because I got something else to say. Charlotte Lewis, amazing community activist, artist. She was working with Portlanders Organized for South African Freedom against the apartheid movement, and she used her art. Hold on, let me see. Yes, South Africa belongs to us. That's 81. What's the rhythm of our improvisation with these artists, with our thinkers, with our people, with our feelers. This is her work. Dance. This was something Celie organized some years ago. This was me. This is dance. I did a show at the Capitol building, and I brought Black artists because I was one Black artist. I was the first Black artist to do a show at the Capitol building in 25 years. And it was wild, and I was like, I'm bringing everybody that I can. And we did an improvisational performance throughout the building. We came through those doors, and we were in the rotunda. We danced up, and some more of Thelma Johnson Street. This is a Kayla Jaffe. We danced up. We came up through the rotunda and the stairs. We danced in. We went in the ceremonial office. We went in the, and so this is a Kayla Jaffe who, I always tell the story, she danced on top of the governor's ceremonial desk. And I love that. I know my time is almost up, but the capsized thing, oh, I'm good? Okay, well, I talk about this because what was the rhythm of her doing that? She asked me on the ride up there, she was like, can I dance on that desk? And I was like, I was like, I can't say yes, I can't say no, and I won't say anything, so you can decide yourself. But she did, and it was such a wild moment of her dancing in this ceremonial office, and you see in these out of focus pictures there, all the images of the governors, and it's all white men and like one white woman and one white woman. So this is the images that we're among, and she's dancing, and she gets up on this desk, and it's like, okay, it's like, but I love this. I always talk about her. She's an amazing artist, thinker, writer, and she's from here, and her feet are on this soil. Her feet are in this land and dancing on the earth, and she's of this region, and it's a blessing for her feet to be on this ceremonial desk. Yeah. It's a blessing. And it's, I love, starting new rhythms and myths and stories. That we don't have to keep the same rhythm. We don't have to keep telling the same loaded and unloaded myths that aren't for us, that aren't for our lives. And artists should be vulnerable. People should be vulnerable. And there was this artist, Lonnie, I'm blanking on Lonnie Smith. Oh, I love him, but another one. I do love him. He's an organist, not Liston. He's an organist, and he came here. Yeah, Dr. Lonnie. Yes, thank you. We interviewed him years ago when we first came to Portland, and he was talking about, it was so wonderful. He was talking about losing if you make a mistake in the rhythm, in the beat. You don't stop. You add it to what's happening. And I think it's also okay to be vulnerable and to miss, And the thing I wanted to say, there's two more things. Yes. When I was in college, I went to Wesleyan University in Connecticut, and there was this woman, this choreographer, Liz Lerman, who came, and I did, and she was there, and it was a class, it was like a semester-long thing with her company, and she was amazing. She had this toolkit for thinking and feeling and knowing. And I've been thinking so much, and artists should be vulnerable. People should be vulnerable. I've been thinking so much about what's happening in Palestine and what's happened. And I've been thinking so much about history and the beat, the waves of time of emergence and what comes back to catch us. And all those years, and the Holocaust and World War II and all these things. And here we are in 2023, and it's like, woo, woo, woo. It's like, whoa. It's like, whoa. This is crazy. This is terrible. This is horrific. This is so bad. And I'm just like, what do we do with our force of our life force right now to make something different really happen? Because, no. All of this, what's our different, what are we adding so that in whatever years, people, I don't even have to say anymore. I want to sing this song. I want to sing this song. I decided I was going to sing this song when we came up here. I looked up the lyrics. I haven't practiced this. But there's this, the songs your parents play when you're a child and how they enter your body consciousness. And I remember my parents, my Baba is an artist and an educator, performer, and we would sometimes be in the Toyota van. He had a Toyota van, a red Toyota van. And sometimes we would be traveling somewhere to a performance he would be doing. And I remember being in the van with my sisters, and it would be nighttime, and we would be in the car, and they would be playing these albums, and all these songs would enter your feeling, your like first emerging feeling, your first rhythms, your first songs. And this song is from that time. It's this artist, Oleta Adams. Yes, it's called Rhythm of Life. Okay. Let me see how I want to do this. Yes, okay. Climbing every, I'm going to start over because I want to feel it a different way. Climbing every mountain, always killing time. Count the cost as days go by. Oh, and that also that you don't have to sing songs well all the time. Count the cost as days go by. Monday I've got Friday on my mind. Why don't we make love instead of making plans? Mother Nature, Father Time. Maybe it's the family of man. Angels cry when they hear that tune. It's sleepless nights for the man in the moon, and it's the rhythm of life. My mind's made up. Lucy's sign is the Chinese dragon. Oh, she's got luck. The rhythm of life is the force of habit. Rhythm of life. And then the piano goes, dun, dun, dun. Give the girl a future. Give her what she needs. Teach her life's a long, flat road. Maybe she'll have better luck than me. Work so hard like he's still in school. His pockets are jammed, but this man's a fool within the rhythm of life. My mind's made up. Lucy's sign is the Chinese dragon. Oh, she's got luck. The rhythm of life is a force of habit. of life. And then, dun, dun, dun. And then she goes, rhythm, and I don't have her range. And then she goes, rhythm of life, you know. And then the last thing is, this last part, do you remember how it starts? Okay. Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Oh, when out of sight is out of mind. Shut your mouth, I'm doing fine. Mama's going back in time. I love that last line. Like, mama's going back in time. Like, I wanted to bring these images of black women here, and I love this line. What is it? Give the girl a future. Give her what she needs. Maybe she'll have better luck than me. And that, you know, I think about Beatrice, I think about Thelma, and I think about all the ones coming, like, giving them better luck, you know. So mama's going back in time. Yeah. Yay.